talking with Sam Brannon. He is running for Hays County Commissioner against Will Conley in Precinct 3 down there in Wimberley. And what's your relationship with Will Conley? You think he's doing a good job? You think he's doing a bad job? Or you think he's somewhere in the middle? You obviously think you can do a better job. So what's your relationship with him? Will Conley will be in the studio with us on February 17th. So 3 weeks from today, he'll get his chance to rebut all the lies that you're telling us here this morning. But
I've always liked him personally since we met. We've had a number of conversations. One even went 4 hours. I thought it would be a 30-minute conversation, and he's a nice guy to sit around and talk to.
He was trying to get you to back out of the race, probably in 4 hours.
Well, this is a little bit longer ago than that, but we've talked real issues, and I like him. But I tell you, you couldn't have, particularly in a Republican primary, two people coming from as different angles on how government should be run.
You're looking for transparency. You're looking for open government, people knowing where their money is being spent, fiscal responsibility. Is he against those things?
Well, he's got a different view, perhaps, of what they are. I'll tell you that. I don't see that he's really understands the fiscal responsibility aspect. He's certainly not what I would call a fiscal conservative. And in the Republican primary...
So he's a tax and spend Republican?
Yeah, that's basically the way it is. And, he's finding all new ways for government to insert itself in our lives here in Hays County. And it's not just the spending side, but it really goes in everything that the government touches. As far as the transparency and the way that we need to interact with the people here, I'll give you one example. We've got another transportation plan that I mentioned being put in place right now. And our Commissioners Court has put a Citizens Advisory Board to have input for that and to represent our interests on our behalf. Well, he's appointed 2 convicted felons to that board. And so, when I'm looking at how we interact with the community and how honestly and how much faith that we're asking the community to give back to us,
right.
It really draws some questions the way I think he's gone about it, and I'd like to see some pretty significant changes made. And we've tried working with him, and I think we've just gotten to the point. I never intended to run for office for a county commissioner, but we're at a point where I and a bunch of other people think we really have no other choice. We just got to put him out of office.
Well, you hit on a challenge there about how to get good people who are involved and have a brain cell to rub together and can consider some of these issues. How do you get good people involved? Because it seems like everybody wants to just be hands off. Take care of me, but don't ask me to do anything. And it seems like with the Occupy movements that have gone across the country, across the world, actually in the last 6 months, Occupy Austin, Occupy Wall Street, Occupy, I think it was up to 3,500 different locations around the world at some point. And as the media will do, it tends to drop off of the headlines. But there's still the 99% who want to see change, who want to see better government, who want to see their money used in better ways. But still, to get people in and get their hands dirty and do the actual work, it seems to be a huge challenge. How do you mass that support and try to get people involved?
We're relearning that process. And a year ago, that's why we were out talking to all these different community groups, just to inform them and let them know that we've got to do something. And I keep telling people that there is nobody else out there looking out for your interest. It's up to you. And in my life, it's up to me.
Right.
And in this case, it meant running for office. And, as I'm out talking to my supporters and out looking for supporters, I just keep reminding them there's nobody else out there doing it. It's up to you. And either you act on it or you take what you get. And I think what we're finding is there's still a really significant anti-incumbent movement going on right now. My opponent calls me a political opportunist for trying to take advantage of that. But I'm also saying there's a need out there and people are asking for this. So why don't we just give them that option?
Well, why should politics really be any different than sports or entertainment? I mean, when there's a void, people move in to fill the void.
Absolutely.
And that's just the way that's the way the free market works.
And there's still a lot. We talked about it last time I was here. There's still a lot of pain in this county. You know, the foreclosures are up. We've had 5,000 in the last 4 years. The number of food stamp recipients has doubled. The number of the unemployment rate.
Well, those are opportunists. Those people applying for food stamps, they're just going for opportunity because they don't have any money and they're broke, and so they're filing for their food stamps. They're opportunists.
I think what it tells us is that we feel about as taxed as anybody wants to be right now. We really need to start working on getting our budget back in order. Yeah.